Unit 11, Lesson 100. Future in the past. What? Are you crazy? A future in the past? Yes, future in the past. Have you ever studied it? Future in the past is used to express the idea that in the past you thought something would happen in the future. Okay? It does not matter if you are correct or not, because we're talking about the future, okay? An idea that you thought in the past that would happen, that would occur, take place in the future. It has two different forms in English, would and was going to. They can sometimes be used interchangeably. In most of times, people use it interchangeably, okay? I'm going to explain, to show you that there is a difference between them. But don't worry too much about it, because in the daily conversations, people use them interchangeably, okay? But there is a difference between them. We use the would when you talk about promises or when you volunteer to do something, okay? And we use going to or was going to when we talk about plans, okay? I'm talking about plans. Example, I knew you would go with them. Negative, I knew you would not or you wouldn't go with them. Easy, right? Was going to or were going to. I knew you were going to visit them. Planned. I knew you were not going to visit them, okay? I knew you would go with them, okay? I knew in the past you would go with them in the future, okay? Another example. If I knew you were here, I would bring you a present. Okay? All right? Beautiful. Complete the sentences below with the verbs in brackets. Brackets, parentheses. Using would or be going to in the past. So you're going to press pause now, and then you're going to complete these sentences. Okay? And after that, we are going to correct the sentences together. So press pause now and complete them with would or be going to in the past to talk about future in the past. Beautiful. Let's do it together. 1. I noticed he had a gun, but I didn't think so he had a gun. He planned to shoot, right? He was going to shoot. I noticed he had a gun, but I didn't think he was going to shoot. I didn't think in the past he was going to shoot in the future, okay? 2, it was pretty clear you would fail the exam. You didn't make any effort, okay? No plan involved. You would fail. It was pretty clear in the past. You would fail, okay? 3, I lost my passport the day before we were going to visit grandma in Italy, okay? Because we planned to visit her. So I lost my passport the day before we were going to visit grandma. 4, sorry, I would call you last night, but I forgot. Promise, I would call you, but I forgot. 5, he promised, okay, put an end to the situation, but he failed to do so. Promise, okay? Promise, would. He promised he would put an end to the situation, but he failed to do so. 6, she asked whether I help her with the painting of the house. Volunteer. Help her with the painting, okay? So she asked whether I would help her with painting the house. But there was nothing I could do. 7. 7, we have to use the passive voice because the guy is receiving the action. So he was going to be sent to the war. He was going to be sent. He wasn't going to send. He was going to be sent. But he came down with an infection before the trip. Okay? So the army planned to send the guy to war. 8. I was very excited that night because the next morning I already knew I was going to go back home on the first bus. Maybe the soldier, no, who was sent to war. I was very excited that night because the next morning I already knew I was going to go. I was going to go back home on the first bus, right? 9. I said I wouldn't go to the game because I would study for my finals all night. Okay, so I would study for my finals all night. Okay, promise. 10. I planned, okay, so I was going to buy that bike. I was going to buy that bike, but I thought I didn't really need it and I decided not to do it. Okay, so I was going to buy it, but I changed my mind. Okay, beautiful. I usually don't say that, but I have to be honest with you, okay? Don't worry too much. Of course, if you can distinguish them, it's better. But don't worry too much about when you speak English. Oh, it's would here, it's was or were going to. Because they are used interchangeably, and this form is more common, okay? I was going to, they were going to, when you talk about future in the past. All right? Fantastic. If you have any comments, any questions, just send us an email, and then we get back to you shortly. And I see you in the next lesson for some listening. See you.